Coming up next on Hooten's Arkansas football, highlights from the first round of the high school playoff. As every team tries to elevate its game, Hooten's Arkansas football's got the highlights next.
Now, Arkansas's most watched sports show, Hooten's Arkansas football.
Well, it's a little like Christmas time if you're a high school football fan. The playoffs are here, and we've got highlights from the first round coming up in the next 30 minutes. We'll show you highlights from all across our state on Hooten's Arkansas football, and we'll begin tonight with the team that won it all in Class 5A, Little Rock Central. The Tigers begin defense of their state championship at Quigley Stadium on Friday night against the Fayetteville Purple Dogs. And we begin with Class 5A highlights. They're brought to you by My Bank, First Security. Fayetteville lost in the first round to Pine Bluff last season. Friday night at Quigley, the Purple Dogs, some fight on defense, pressuring Central's quarterback Clark Irwin most of the night. So Central would use some trickery. Irwin tosses it out to Stuart Franks, and Franks on the double pass. He goes 56 yards to wide open Kevin Thornton. That puts Central up 14-0 in the first quarter. Moments later, Central's defense adds a safety. It's Stanley Wakwe. He's back from injury, and that's bad news for Central's future playoff opponents. Final score, Tigers 30, Fayetteville 0. The Bryant Hornets have home field advantage throughout the playoffs. Friday night playing host to Jacksonville, which had upset Cabot a week earlier, but the Hornets were swarming early. Bryant quarterback Anthony Mass finds Dustin Holland, and it's 7-0. A little bit later, the Hornets still buzzing through the air. Mass to Richie Wood. This time, it's 14-0. Jacksonville's offense has struggled most of the season. The interception here, Hunter Nugent has the pick for Bryant, and the Hornets roll to the second round. Final score, Bryant 34, Jacksonville 12. The Benton Panthers, 5A South champs, opening playoffs at home against a team from the 5A West for the second straight season. And the Panthers also trying to avoid another early postseason exit. The defense making sure of it early. Zach Teeter with the interception, one of Russellville's 5 turnovers. Zach returns this one. That would set up Benton for a 3-0 lead. And a little bit later, Josh Langley hits big fullback Donovan Clark for the short touchdown. Benton was up 10-0. But Russellville's prayers were answered on the final play of the first half. Eli Craner's pass is tipped, and Lamonte Payne plucks it away 70 yards to the house. It was 10-7 at halftime. Russellville would rally to take the lead, but then Benton blocked a punt late in the fourth quarter on the 1-yard line, and that set up the game-winning score as Benton wins its first playoff game since 1992. Final score, Panthers 24, Russellville 21. In Hooten's Arkansas football Class 5A game of the week, it was the 5A East co-champ Sylvan Hills Bears playing host to the number 4 team from the South, El Dorado. On paper, it looked like a mismatch. On the field, it was a dandy. Justin Guerin's field goal put El Dorado up 3-0, but Sylvan Hills would regain the lead. Jerome Hart moving the pile, 1-yard touchdown run, but Sylvan Hills would miss its extra point and then miss another in overtime, and El Dorado pulls off the upset. Final score in overtime, El Dorado 16, Sylvan Hills 15. At Springdale, the undefeated Bulldogs were 26-point favorites over North Little Rock. Watch 2 Razorback recruits right here. Both of these guys are juniors. Quarterback Mitch Mustaine to Damian Williams, who takes the screen toss for a big gain. A little bit later, Matt Klingscales would score for Springdale. That put the Bulldogs up 10-0, and Springdale never looked back. Final score, Bulldogs 35, North Little Rock 0. There are no changes in Hooten's Arkansas football Class 5A Top 5. Springdale has invoked the mercy rule on 9 teams this season, and the Bulldogs will be a 35-point favorite next Friday over Texarkana. The Bulldogs are followed by Central, West Memphis, Bryant, and Northside. Benton jumps up to number 6 this week. The Panthers will play host to West Memphis next Friday. There's Texarkana. Fayetteville won 7 games this season. Russellville falls 1 spot, and El Dorado is back in the top 10 after winning just their 6th game this year. The second 10 starts with Sylvan Hills, then it's North Little Rock, Catholic, Fairview, Cabot down to number 15, then it's the Rebels, Van Buren, Jacksonville, which played well down the stretch, Lake Hamilton, and Rogers. Jonesboro's number 21, followed by the Bombers, Conway, Pine Bluff, and Searcy at number 25. The Lions will likely have a new coach next year, and they're reportedly looking to the West for their next head man. Coming up next, more of Hooten's Arkansas football Class 4A highlights are straight ahead.
Now, more of Hooten's Arkansas football, brought to you by Sonic.
And we begin our Class 4A highlights with undefeated Pulaski Robinson playing host to talented West Helena, and the Senators striking early. Chris Thomas takes it 40 yards to the house for a touchdown. Robinson's quarterback Clayton Ford would add a 2-point conversion. It was 8-0. But West Helena opening up the bag of tricks. That's one of the state's best kept secrets. Adrian Holiday. Hey, he's had a serious ankle injury all season, but you can't tell it. Fake punt goes 60 yards for a touchdown, and it's 8-6. But Robinson's defense would step it up in the second half. And the Senators hang on for a rematch next week against defending state champion Batesville, the team that knocked Robinson out of the playoffs last year. Final score, Robinson 15, West Helena 12. Pulaski Oak Grove ended the regular season with consecutive losses. The Hornets looking to get back on the winning track against Magnolia in the first round. And boy, did they ever get back on track. The Hornets were up 33-0 in the second quarter when James Mitchell pulled down the interception, 85 yards the other way. Oak Grove pouring it on. It was 39-0 at the half. They enforced the mercy rule the rest of the way, and Oak Grove is headed to undefeated Alma next. Final score, Hornets 42, Magnolia 0. And we wrap up our Class 4A coverage with Hooten's Arkansas Football Game of the Week. Number 7, Bologna, at number 3, Wynn. And the Wynn Yellow Jackets looking to pay back Bologna for ending its 12-game conference winning streak last season. And Wynn jumped out to a 21-8 first-half lead when junior quarterback Bo Glenn finds senior tight end Tyler Bachman from 23 yards out. That would cap a 25-play, 99-yard drive for Wynn. 13-point lead for the Yellow Jackets, and Wynn didn't let up in the second half. On their first drive, Courtney Williams finds a seam, and he's gone 44 yards for the score. Williams is a senior stud. He rushed for 234 yards and 4 touchdowns on the night. But Bologna's sonic super teamer Nick Calgary would come back first with his arm, 28-yard toss to senior John Lee. That would set up a 2-yard touchdown run by Calgary. Bologna fighting back. Then watch Calgary get defensive. The Eagles string it out, and Calgary puts the smack down on Williams. And 2 plays later, Calgary streaks in and blocks the punt. That set up another short Nick Calgary score, and the Eagles storm back. They had cut Wynn's lead to 28-21, but Wynn's Yellow Jackets would respond like they did all night. Terrence Garrett getting loose, 45 yards. This guy's just a sophomore. They keep cranking out the great backs at Wynn. Terrence Garrett had 124 yards. Williams would score 2 plays later, and Wynn is trying to make a case for being number 1 in all of Class 4A. Final score, Wynn 35, Bologna 21.
Yes, sir, this is a real special team. We ended up losing 2 games at the beginning of the season. People doubted us, and we came back and we showed this town and everybody else in 4A what we could do.
Top 5 in Class 4A stays the same as last week. Alma's Airedales will try to slow down Darren McFadden and Pulaski Oak Grove in the second round. Robinson still undefeated in number 2. There's Wynn, Greenwood, and Batesville, the defending state champs, with a big win over Siloam Friday night. Oak Grove's number 6. The Hornets were the only team from the southeast to win on Friday. Hope's defense came to the rescue with a crucial interception against Stuttgart. Fair pulled off the biggest shocker in the state with an 8-point win at Monticello on Friday. Siloam Springs lost 3 of its final 4 games and finishes at number 9. Bologna's 3 losses this year were to teams with a combined 37-7 record. Monticello drops to number 11. The Billies are followed by the Ricebirds, Chickasaws, and West Helena. The Cougars could have made some noise in the playoffs if Adrian Holiday had stayed healthy this season. Paragould's number 15. The Rams have been to the playoffs 2 straight years for Coach Brian Carter. Magnolia's number 16. Remember, the Panthers beat Little Rock Fair by 2 touchdowns a week ago. Then it's Whitehall, Marlton, Lakeside, and Crossett. Marion's number 21, followed by the Golden Goblins, Mills. The Comets beat Oak Grove by 3 points 3 weeks ago. Arkadelphia's number 24, and Malvern rounds out the top 25.
Now, the United States Marines Scholar Athlete of the Week.
Playing on Friday nights is what Miners' Daniel Guffey lives for.
It's a lot of fun. It's a rush. Getting out in front of everybody is always fun, competing.
The senior's also scoring touchdowns academically, as he's on his way to graduating with close to an A average. Congratulations to Daniel Guffey, the Marine Scholar Athlete of the Week.
Touchdown, Backside Miners, Daniel Guffey.
Coming up next, more of Hooten's Arkansas football. We've got highlights from Shallow Christian. And we begin our Class 3A highlights at Central Arkansas Christian. The Mustangs advanced to the quarterfinals last year, and the playoff experienced Mustangs are looking to go further this season, playing host to the Fordyce Redbugs Friday night, and CAC quarterback Jesse Gates comes out to shoot throwing. Michael Shattuck with the bobbling grab for a first down. A few plays later, it's Gates to Blake Clayton for the easy score, and the Mustangs had no trouble in this one. Up next, CAC heads for Pocahontas. Meanwhile, Fordyce has 9 months to try to figure out how to beat Rising in next season's opener. Final score, CAC 48, Fordyce 13. The defending state champions of Class 3A are the Pulaski Academy Bruins, but PA had lost to Star City in the playoffs a couple of times in the past 5 years. Friday night, PA quarterback Stephen Lux and company trying to keep that from happening again. After Lux's pass to Aaron Langford, the Bruins convert on 4th down. Lux's short pass to Brent Hakes put PA up 7-0. More PA, more passing. Lux again to Langford. PA was up 14-0. But the Bruins would get greedy. Go for the onside kick. What a mistake. Antonio Allen scoops up the ball, and he's gone 76 yards. That cut the lead to 14-7. But Star City had 7 turnovers, and Pulaski Academy would kick a late field goal to hold off the Bulldogs. Final score, defending state champ PA 17, Star City 14. In Northeast Arkansas, the Harrisburg Hornets looking to shuffle into the second round of the playoffs and kick a little tail, playing host to Elkins. The Elks trailed by 2 touchdowns at halftime, but on the move in the third quarter, senior quarterback Ryan Finkins, he refuses to go down. Hard running by Finkins, and a couple of plays later, Josh Finkins barrels in for his second touchdown of the night. That cut Harrisburg's lead to 21-14, but the Hornets weren't through. Jeremy Burnett caps a nice drive with his 3rd touchdown tonight. Burnett also had 19 tackles, a couple of interceptions. Elkins tried to rally, but Jeremy Imross gets the sack, strip, and fumble recovery to ice this one. Harrisburg wins, but the Hornets will be severely tested next week by pass-happy Warren. Final score, Harrisburg 28, Elkins 14. At Springdale, Shallow Christian playing host to Newport. Newport with only a 5-5 record, but making its 18th consecutive playoff appearance. But Newport had no answer for Shallow quarterback Matt Simpson. The sophomore passed for over 300 yards, and his favorite target was another sophomore, number 4, Crosby Tuck. And in the second round, Shallow is headed to Atkins, where the Saints will have a chance to avenge an earlier loss this season. Final score from Friday night, Shallow Christian 27, Newport 14. And here is Hooten's Arkansas football Class 3A rankings. Boonville is 11-0, but the Bearcats play their toughest game of the season next against talented Ashdown. Pulaski Academy survives Star City and is at number 2. Then it's CAC. Nashville's number 4. The Scrappers are undefeated and have home field advantage throughout the playoffs. Atkins is number 5. The Red Devils converted a 2-point conversion to beat Mena in overtime on Friday. They'll play host to Shiloh Christian next. There's Ashdown. Dollarway could be playing Pulaski Academy in the quarterfinals. The Warren Lumberjack train is rolling. Their next stop is at Harrisburg. Number 10 Green Forest is 11-0, and the Tigers face Fountain Lake next. Ozark starts the second 10. The Hillbillies got a 1-point win over Rivercrest Friday. Fountain Lake's Cardiac Cobras beat Dardanelle by 7 for their first playoff win in school history. Pocahontas is 13, followed by Shiloh and Hoxie. The Mustangs beat Prairie Grove by 33 for their first ever playoff win. OCO is 16. There's Rivercrest. The Colts were up on Ozark by 2 touchdowns on Friday when Marcus Arnold broke his leg. Dover finishes the season at number 21. The Pirates put up a fight at talented Ashdown on Friday. Marianna, Mena, Fordyce, and Star City round out the top 25. And for this week's State Farm Play of the Week, we head back to Quigley Stadium. Little Rock Central pulling out the tricks. Quarterback Clark Irwin tosses to Stuart Franks, who goes deep to Kevin Thornton. It was good for a touchdown against Fayetteville, and it's good for our State Farm Play of the Week. Now a reminder to you, coming up at the end of...
Now, more of Hooten's Arkansas football, brought to you by State Farm.
Who doesn't love those heart-pounding Mustangs? The Ola Mustangs, that is. Ola playing host to its first playoff game since the 70s. Taking on the Spring Hill Bears, and Spring Hill taking it to Ola early. Senior fullback Brett Carter almost takes out Hooten's camera. His run would help set up this quarterback sneak. Blake Hill gets into the end zone. Spring Hill was up on Ola 7-0 in the second quarter. The Bears blocked Bubba Noakes' punt. It goes out of the end zone. That's good for a safety. Spring Hill 9, Ola 0. It would stay that way until the final play of the first half. That's when Ola's Bubba Noakes would scramble and pass to Josh Johnson in the corner of the end zone. That made it 9-6, but that's as close as Ola would get. The Bears aren't headed for hibernation yet. Final score, Spring Hill's Bears 17, Ola 14. At Perryville, the Mustangs playing host to a playoff game for the first time in school history and looking to pick off Mountainburg. Perryville was up by 2 touchdowns early in the third quarter, and after Josh Pitts' interception, the Mustangs looking to pad their lead. Perryville senior quarterback Lance Munn finds Wes Kuhn with a toss, and that would set up Munn's third touchdown pass of the night. In the far corner of the end zone, Munn finds Josh McFadden, and Perryville is headed for the second round of the playoffs. Final score, Mustangs 43, Mountainburg 22.
We beat them last 2 years, okay? We beat them last 2 years, guys. They're going to be fired up on us. What we got to do, we got to make it 3 in a row. We got to make it 3 in a row, and we got the team to do it. But every one of you got to play the best game of your life tonight. Remember, you lose, you go home now.
Cross County coach Steve Williams and his Thunderbirds tried to start over on Friday night. Cross County won just 3 games during the regular season, taking on number 3 Palestine Wheatley, and the Patriots quarterback Fred Leak off and running early. The senior goes 35 yards for the touchdown. He had 103 yards on the night. Fred would find his brother Antonio Leak for the conversion. That made it 8-0 Palestine. But Cross County came right back, facing 3rd and 11 from the 24. Senior Aaron Boyles rolls and throws to senior running back Patrick Jones for the score. That cut Palestine's lead to 8-6, but the Patriots responded with 38 unanswered points and win their 3rd playoff game in 2 years. Final score, Palestine Wheatley 46, Cross County 6. The Greenwood Pirates have a recent history of playing well in the postseason, and the Pirates looking to do the same at Arkansas Baptist on Friday. But the Eagles are on the move early. Baptist quarterback Rhett Hatcher with a nifty run around the end for a first down. Then Hatcher throws to Brack Waters. That's another Baptist first down. Another Hatcher pass. Another first down. This one to Paul Bukhari. Bukhari would connect on the field goal. That cut Greenland's lead to 6-3 at halftime, and Arkansas Baptist would complete the rally in the second half. Final score, Arkansas Baptist 20, Greenland 14. Hooten's Class 2A rankings are brought to you every week by the Arkansas Army National Guard, and for 11 weeks, Rison has been number 1. The Wildcats have not been seriously pushed this season, with the Foreman Gators up next. Charleston and Palestine won easily Friday and will be at home in the second round as well. Harding Academy heads to Derrick's in what will be Derrick's biggest game in more than 20 years. EPC slipped past a beat-up Martin team Friday night, but the Warriors should have enough talent to handle Perryville in the second round. Lavaca's Golden Arrows will be dwarfed up front next week by Palestine Wheatley's huge linemen. There's Derrick's, followed by Hughes. The Blue Devils are playing well, and they will take it to Arkansas Baptist. Junction City and Jesseville both won Friday night convincingly. Arkansas Baptist moves up, followed by first-round winners Perryville and Spring Hill. Gillette also won, but the Wolves will be big underdogs next week at Charleston. Foreman's sophomore quarterback Javaria Forbes ran for a score and the winning 2-point conversion with less than a minute left as Foreman beat Mount Ida 21-20 Friday. The dangerous all-timer Red Devils are headed to Jesseville in the second round. Ola, Mountainburg, and Mount Ida's seasons are done. The Greenland Pirates, Beard and Hector, Hazen, and Carlisle round out the top 25.
Now, the ConocoPhillips Spirit Student of the Week.
Ola's Marissa Hawkins has a lot going for her, especially good friends. Her cheerleading buddy, Jennifer Gray, nominated her for the Conoco and Phillips 66 Spirit Student Award, and with a 3.95 GPA, Marissa is very deserving of the honor. She's been cheering since the 3rd grade at Ola. She also plays for the Mustang basketball team, and this year is senior class president. Next year,
I plan to attend the University of Arkansas and major in business management and minor in psychology or Spanish. I'm not for sure on that yet. And then hopefully try out for the cheerleading squad in Fayetteville.
Thanks again for watching Hooten's Arkansas football tonight. We look forward to seeing you again next week when we'll have highlights from the second round of the high school playoffs right here on Hooten's Arkansas football.
You've been watching Arkansas's most watched sports show, Hooten's Arkansas Football.
This fall, don't miss the action. Do this. It's your time to get into the game.
24/7 and fuel.